Hey everybody, welcome back to Northern Land Plays the Binding of Isaac Rebirth. We're getting a good streak going here. It could only be conceivably ended by randoming the lost. Okay, we almost did that. Instead we get Isaac. It's like the difference between utter oblivion and complete complacency. B9S1 3ZNB. You know, complacency gets a bad rap. It's because of its usage. It's always associated with like, well, you know, this public official got complacent and all of a sudden scandal, 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 etc., etc. This athlete got complacent. Sometimes complacency is a good thing, you know, not always, but, ooh, skinny odd mushroom here. Ambition is also great, but there's, you know, there's two sides of every coin. You know, every James Bond movie villain that has actually existed, I think it's another pretty fly, which is amazing, in real life has been ambitious. Ambitious has never been any supervillain's problem, you know. Complacency maybe is the problem of some potential heroes that never really made it, but something to be said for just like, you know what, I'm happy with where I'm at tonight, I'm gonna sit down and watch some television. Of course, in taken out of moderation, that can be a little, you know, momentum stifling, but at the same time, people give complacency a bad rap. We live in a culture that's, we're like 10 seconds into an Isaac episode, and I'm already like, alright, here's my problem with my culture. No, but it's, you know, our culture is very work, you know, you gotta work your ass off 10 hours a day, and then you've also gotta have a hobby, but it can't really be a hobby, it's also gotta be work. Like, you can't just be, you know, I like making crafts. No, you gotta set up a hobby shop, you gotta sell them. You know, if you're going to the gym, you can't just go to the gym and go for a little run. You gotta optimize your time in the gym, get your gains as good as possible, and it's good to have an outlet for that kind of ambition, but sometimes it gets a little bit tiresome, man. This has been a rant in favor of a little bit of controlled and productive complacency, because, you know, it really is productive to be okay with where you're at in your life sometimes. And always assume that it could be better, but, you know, the people who never sleep, what's the point, man? If you're like, you know, I'll sleep when I'm dead. No, you won't. You'll be dead when you're dead. You're being defensive because somebody said you should take some time to enjoy your life, and well, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Wouldn't that be fucked up? People say, oh, I'll sleep when I'm dead. What if you actually, we just fucked up our deal with the devil chance. What if you actually believe in an afterlife, and you're like, nah, I'll sleep when I'm dead. The earth? Whatever, man. I'm all about the earth. I'm gonna stay awake at all times. Once I get to, you know, my version of a heaven, where there's like inconceivable bounty and glory around every corner, every person that has ever lived I can speak to and gain their wisdom, that's when I'm gonna take a rest. That's when I'm finally gonna say, you know what, now that I think about it, fuck me, because, I mean, the idea is that you'd be there for eternity or something, right? So I guess you got time to sleep, you know. That's kind of paralyzing in a way, isn't it? You'd be like, hey, you know, oh, it's Aristotle. I'd love to talk to Aristotle. I'll just do it tomorrow. I'm here for eternity. You know, who am I trying to impress getting this done today? Aristotle there's gonna be a new Aristotle here in 500 years. Why don't I just wait for that? Then I can knock out two birds with one stone. It took me a lot of meandering to get to the punchline for this joke, but I do think this is one of the rare times in my entire life it has been worth it. Okay, I'll reuse that one. Let's head up here, see if we can get a secret room. I've obviously royally fucked up my deal with the devil chance. Never should have taken that damage considering our DPS is so good, but we also didn't have any secret room, spirit heart access until just now. We also have no keys, which is very disappointing. Oh, okay, now we have one key. I'm gonna use that to go to our item room, even though we could probably buy an item from a shop. I don't think we could buy an item and get a deal with the devil. Or, and get a consumable is what I meant to say, but you can understand how I could get confused with that, maybe. Hopefully we do get a deal with the devil, because the ability to fly can give us PhD, but I'm taking Tiny Planet. You know, I've been watching Mathis play. He's got, like, 2020, and freaking, this is the run where he got real Platinum God. I'm not just making this up. He's got, like, 2020 and the Pact and a ton of damage, and he's like, you know what, I really need more damage. And then he comes across Tiny Planet, and is just like, hell no. Hell no! I'm not touching that item. I'm like, what is wrong with this jabroni? Tiny Planet is a fun item, man. I recognize that I probably do stuff like that all the time. I'll be like, oh, I have Small Rock, the Pact. And still be like, nope, I'm not doing this run, but in this case, it allows me to poke fun at somebody else, so I'm gonna do so. And demonstrate a startling lack of self-awareness. Let's come up here and inside of our shop. It would be more efficient to buy the 9 volts. Sorry, Kate's donation machine, but it is the better outcome for us here. It gives us a permanent benefit as opposed to just a one-time thing, and hopefully we do get a deal with the devil. If we don't, we don't. We don't deserve one, but that doesn't mean we're not going to get one. Let's see what we got. Monstro. Just a regular old Monstro fight. I still think Tiny Planet by itself is not even a bad item. It's dubious, and it synergizes poorly with a lot of stuff, but it also synergizes amazingly with a lot of stuff. It does make it harder to shoot, so I'll relent on that, you know. I do think it makes it harder to hit enemies, but I think it carries just about. I think it comes out in the wash, the number of negatives versus the number of positives. Magic Mush. You know what? If we're not going to get a deal with the devil, I'm pretty content to get Magic Mush. Could have played the Blood Bank there, I'm just realizing, instead of blowing up our donation machine. Relatively minor mistake, but a mistake nonetheless that I'll endeavor to correct in the future. Yo, man, why are you endeavoring to correct, dog? You should just sit back and enjoy life a little bit. Hey, that's a dishonest arguing technique. You know, you're pushing it to the extreme, you're appealing to absurdity. That's a fallacy. So that technically doesn't count. So if you found yourself rooting for the straw man that I just created, no, stop voting for them. It's a fallacy. It's fallacious. And I don't mean with an ELL. And thus accordingly an LO anyway. See, the crux of that joke is that, you know, even if you know something's a fallacy, sometimes you're still like, I know that that's not a valid arguing technique, but at the same time, the man's got a point. Let's move along here. Yeah, okay, so we will be guaranteed a deal with the devil here. I don't even think it can be a deal with the angel. We're gonna presumably not take red heart damage on the way, which is exciting, I guess, for once in this video. I was gonna say for once in my life, but that's just needlessly exaggeratory. That's why you use the word hyperbolic, I guess, not exaggeratory. I don't even know what the heck that's supposed to mean. Yeah, this could be good. We're not really hoping for the ability to fly anymore, although it wouldn't be bad. Why am I shooting in this direction? Specifically because I want Isaac's head to be able to throw in like a little bit of help. I don't know precisely how much it will help. We're really hoping for Death's Touch here because you hear that sound? I don't know what the heck that was, but if we get Death's Touch, we get the piercing shots. Really do not care about range. I think we can afford to take both of these, even though I said I wanted Death's Touch specifically. We get a Guppy item and Ceremonial Robes, which is awesome. Let me reroll that into more HP, which I think is absolutely acceptable. And let's go try to look for our item room. This is a very strong run right now. Lots of good damage, deal with the Devil Precedent, a Guppy item. Wouldn't expect to become Guppy, if like, the smart money is probably on not becoming Guppy. That being said, it's probably like maybe a 70-30 chance. You might be saying, no, I wouldn't bet on the 30. Well, you know, statistically, you should bet on the 30 if they're going to be paying out what they should be paying out for a 50-50, you know, or for 90-10, I should say. I think people have a tendency to underrate slight underdogs. And I don't have any data to back that up, so I'm as bad as anybody else. But, you know, if you tell somebody 70-30, I think in a lot of people's brains, that's like a 99-1. Yes, it is more, you know, it's literally 70% likely. They're more likely. I would even say much more likely, but sometimes it takes a large sample size to actually make that trend come to the surface. You know, because I'm a big, like, intellectual stats guy here playing video games. You've seen me play EU4. You know how good I am with the mental arithmetic and the whatnot and the number manipulation and so to speak. Okay, well, this is nuts. Unfortunately, with no consumables, the only room we're really going to want to go to here is our curse room. And this will not give us a reroll charge even, not that we needed that. More needed a consumable, and there is no means for us to get that unless we want to take our life into our own hands and just walk on the spikes in that curse room over and over, which I don't think is advisable. That's a very shit haul as far as consumables go for a floor. We miss an item room, the shop. I wouldn't say I've been missing it, Bob, but I would prefer to at least have the option to go to it. But hey, you know, we're at 8 minutes here on the Catacombs 2, which is demonstrably, that's what I was going for, not describably. Excuse me, there we go. All that for I Can See Forever. You know what? That was worth it. I'm happy with that. Demonstrably faster than we would need to go to get to boss rush is what I was trying to say there. Man, we don't even have a blood bank chance on this floor. Well, we have an arcade non-chance. We have a chance for a blood bank randomly on a room, but it's much less likely. You know what? I'd say maybe it's 70-30. Might be able to bomb our way into that boss trap room. I'm not feeling like it's a bad run at all. I feel like we're very strong. And probably that floor that we just came from ended up being above average in spite of us not being able to go item room shop, nothing in the curse room, etc., etc. But There's no denying that we missed out on something we could have taken. Battery charge. And we can get into our shop. Let's blow up the key beggar first. Great payout from the key beggar, I've got to admit that. We might be able to get something from our shop. And I would love to get both of these, actually, if we could. So I don't think we should use any oh my god, that was terrible damage. I don't think we should use any bombs here. As much as I might like to blow up some mushrooms and get some, you know, good pills. I already got magic mushroom, and I think, honestly, just that little fold in the fabric of time is enough for me to not want to blow up any more mushrooms. I gotta admit, you know, I'm not gonna try to, like, sweep it under the rug. I'm playing pretty sloppy right now. That is within the realm of my control, you know, it's controlled by my muscle memory and my motor senses and whatnot, but, I'm playing badly. I think I should own up to that. This is not a very successful play for me right here on this floor, especially considering where we're at. Lover's card is probably going to be functionally pretty much worthless for us. Still no keys, so you know what, actually, before we worry about champion belt, we should probably worry about getting a key. Because it's cheaper, and also, you never know what the item room can contain. Is it going to be better than Champion's Belt? Probably not, but it's much less expensive to check. Again, this is why I'm not checking any of these mushrooms. Sure, we could get a bombs or key pill, but I think I need the bomb more than I... Like, if we need to get into our donation machine, I think we need the bomb more than maybe anything else. Okay, we got our key, and we got Dead Bird. That's a reroll. Lazarus Rags is another reroll. We have a lot of battery charges, so we can afford to do this. Book of Satanic Bibleisms. That's a freaking reroll right there. And you know what? I think we can go to our curse room, or sorry, our secret room, and reroll it one more time. And at the very least, we traded a key for a demon heart, which is pretty okay. And in the end, we get Charm Tears. Is Charm Tears worth compromising for? Considering how far we've gone for it, I think, yeah, probably. A little bit of a sunk cost fallacy going on there, you know, we think it's worth more than it is because we've already paid more than it's worth, but, I'm okay with it. I'm not in love with the idea, but I'm okay with it. Admittedly, we should try to get rerolls for our boss room, but, or, yeah, boss room and devil room, but I'm gonna err on the side of Krampus here. Come on. Assume that we're gonna knock that guy out. Oh, I appreciate that, actually. And our pill is amnesia, so that might be the end of this floor for us, basically. It's polycephalus, but I'm assuming we get Krampus, or no deal with the devil, or a deal with the devil that actually has good items for us that we don't need to or want to reroll. It's a little bit of a lazy choice, but no deal with the devil, and we get caffeine pill, which is okay. Caffeine pill gave us amnesia, which we might as well take. We've already been to our second secret room, we've been to our item room. We could easily get Hive Mind or Champion Belt. Probably not both. If we're only going to get one, I think Champion Belt is the one we get because it's guaranteed. Come on. Don't make me blow up the donation machine again. I don't know why I say donation machine so weirdly. I feel like it makes me want to enunciate more. Because I'm always like, the donation machine. I apologize, I'm not 6 beers deep when I record these episodes. That's not even like a rarely, like that's literally never happened. You'd be surprised. I take my job surprisingly seriously, you know. I get up at the crack of 10 a.m. like everybody else and do it unimpeded, but, or perhaps unaided in some cases. You know, there's that Mitchell and Webb sketch that's like, everything. It basically is like a secret society of powerful people in the world, and their whole secret power is just that everything that is complicated and nerve-wracking in life gets a little bit easier after 1 to 2 drinks and no more. There's an element of truth to that, you know, if you're nervous about public speaking or something like that. A little bit of a confidence booster like that can help you out, but I find that, I enter my own unique sort of, like, sober fugue state during these episodes. Like, I need to be crystal clear for my mind to go on these fucked up tangents, unimpeded. Weirdly enough, if I dumbed myself down before recording this, I think my commentary would actually be more sane. I think it'd be, yeah, fucking blah, Eddie Lack, you know. That's a hockey joke, but not necessarily one without a little bit of truth to it. But anyway, that's my philosophy on that. Sometimes my speech just gets sometimes my speech gets splurred. You'll have to excuse me. Sometimes my speech gets slurred because, just because of some unique combinations and permutations of words, apparently. Like donation machine, which for me becomes donation. Donation machine. Range down. Not actually that bad. It's just going to create like a little bit of a tighter circle around us. Tighter circle, Craigasm. I know you watching out there. There's no Craigasms on YouTube, but you can cray if you want to. Might as well take it. Remote detonator. Only good because we can do that, and we got some extra bombs out of it, of course. And then Monstrous Tooth. Also pretty bad, unfortunately, so we'll go try to get another reroll here. With Curse of the Blind and a deal with the devil, we might want to try to give ourselves a chance to keep our reroll. Although, now that I think about it... Bad gas. Now that I think about it, we're probably less likely to use a reroll as a result of Curse of the Blind. Because if there was a shitty deal with the devil item, and we could see what it was, we would reroll it. If we can't see what it is, we're going to end up taking it. And we are going to go for broke, basically, on our deals with the devil if they show up right now, even if we can't see what the items are. Of course, that doesn't mean there's no chance I reroll it, but the only, subset of possibilities where we end up rerolling a deal with the devil item on Curse of the Blind is if maybe the item's too expensive, but I think that's a fringe case, or if it's an active item, and after we pick it up, we want to get our money's worth, you know? So, can I even get over here? Yes. Takes like 3 rotations, but we can do it, and this is perfect timing. Not a great area to stand. Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get hit earlier, let's put it that way. So basically here we are replacing, I believe, one of our pretty flies with a first level cube of meats. Which honestly, I mean, it's not bad because the first level cube of meat does give you that orbital damage. It's not insignificant for a fight against mom. But if we don't have anything else to reroll, we might want to reroll the cube of meat itself. Because we already have the defensive benefit of the orbital. It's a little bit of a tight call. With Monstrous Tooth still on the floor. No deal with the devil. With Monstrous Tooth still on the floor, I don't think we want to reroll it yet. If ever. We may never want to reroll it. I'm going to be very slightly lazy and go to this room before everything else. Just to see if maybe there's a greed fight. I was really hoping that would be a guppy item. I haven't talked about it yet, but a teleportation card would be awesome for us, obviously. We are on... Oh, I'm an idiot. We are on pace for boss rush. Bloody Lust is a fantastic item, without a doubt. My eyes are freaking me out a little bit. It's caffeine pill, and the charm tears just highlight it, but... you know what? I'm going to buy this. I'm also going to try to get a... I'm going to try to get an arcade on the next floor. At least give ourselves the chance of getting an arcade. So we can use Bloody Lust effectively. But I want to reroll the cube of meat. Because we... Oh, you know what? We only have 2 flies. My mistake. I thought we had 3. But I'm going to reroll it anyway. And we got a Tears upgrade out of it. I would consider that probably for the benefit of the run right now. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. You know, not much in Isaac. It's not fair to say nothing in Isaac is an exact science. But not much in Isaac is an exact science. You know, we're just making inferences here, people. That time I really wished I had an orbital. So we should get a deal with the devil here. We also probably want to go very aggressively at these skulls to try to get a teleportation card so we can get in and out of boss rush effectively. And most of the time, that's just kind of like a vanity project for me. I'm like, we can do boss rush, so let's do boss rush. This time, it's like, it might actually end up helping our run out a great deal. Because we're not balling out of control. We're not in a terrible spot. Tinted Rock. Small Rock would be so good here. Spirit Heart, still valuable, don't get me wrong. But, I could use a teleportation card. Very much so. We still got plenty of time to sort it out. Don't think that just because we didn't get one right away, that means that we're screwed. Got a lot of rooms to go to. Boss Rush is probably more valuable than our item room or our shop at this point, but we've got maybe enough time to go to all of them. Especially now that we know where the boss room is, we can, you know, pull the foot off the gas pedal a little bit. Put on our turn signal and let people know where we're going so that, you know, they can drive safely and make good decisions as well. Just an analogy, of course, not based in reality. Oh, there goes analogy. Oh, needs some more work on the drawing board. No Tinted Rock that I can see. Kind of a rash judgment there, but I really don't see one. And now is where we are really going to start to put the pressure on. We've only got about maybe a minute before I start to think that boss rush is not going to be possible. Mongo Baby is a beyond acceptable pickup. Not much beyond, but a beyond acceptable pickup. BFF would be awesome. I'm so sorry to this donation machine. I just keep ruining its life. Tiny Planet didn't totally fuck us there. I think we need BFF. Well, not need, but we want BFF more than anything else right now. Oh, you know what? There's a lot of skulls in there. Sometimes, not this time, unfortunately. Still got about a minute. 2 more bombs, so we've got to be... Weirdly, we've got to be fast, but also selective. So we can't be picky, but we have to be picky, because our resources are very limited. Well worth taking that damage to get that Spirit Heart. Keep in mind, we do get the damage bonus from Bloody Lust. That doesn't mean I wouldn't prefer to go... Oh, this is it right here. Doesn't mean I wouldn't prefer to go back in time and not take damage there. Oh, come on. Don't even give me this shit, by the way. Oh, you should have used it on the one with 4 skulls. Look, we're a little pressed for time. I'm trying to strike a happy median between this all. Okay, the Hanged Man. That's fine. We'll pop it on this room. Makes our movement much easier. Bomb, bomb, bomb. Ba, 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 give me a bomb. Ba, 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 doo. Okay, well, 2 of spades. Why I use that instead of the Lover's card is just a fantastic question for psychologists the world over to mull over for the next 30 or 40 years. I was gonna say that's telepills. I'm gonna be real mad. Lust Fight will be fast. Trying to find like a telepills, but we wouldn't know it until we found it. Well, you know what? I don't really care because we got a Lover's card, but I don't really want to make a decision for boss rush based on this. If this doesn't give us a telepills, we just gotta freaking book it, man, I think. Health down! Well, you know what? We've done the floor. We don't give a shit about boss rush. We're not gonna make it to boss rush, and that's okay. We tried, and there wasn't really a seam for us to garner it here. Hopefully we still have the opportunity to get a deal with the devil. We're only 2 Guppy items away from becoming Guppy. You know, 1 Brimstone away from an easy win, obviously. Oh, I guess we're gonna open this up. Got a free penny out of it. Joke's on you. Oh, I'm a genius. Okay. So we're trying to just put as many shots in the air as possible. It should, if we keep going back and forth like this, hit all segments of the mom fight. Make this very fast. We didn't need a cube of meat to swing this one. This is very simple for us. We get the Polaroid. We're very fast here and don't want to go down accidentally. I don't know how much HP we have. We should have at least 2. I think Dark Matter's worth taking. Gimpy is a toss-up, so I'm going to keep it in the reroll pool and not Book of Belial. The Contract from Below. I don't know about that one, man. We could have conceivably taken Gimpy instead. Would I have been happier with that? Possibly, yes. Yeah, we're only on 3 Spirit Hearts now, so we're up against it here, honestly. And I think I only have myself to blame for taking such dumb damage, but if I was a lesser man, I could throw this at the altar of Tiny Planet. Oh, fucking Tiny Planet fucked us again. Nah, if it was Isaac's Heart, I'd be taking the easy way out, but it's not Isaac's Heart. It's Tiny Planet. I should be able to dodge better than I am right now. All is not lost. We've been in situations like this before. Let's just take it. We only have like 1 position to use a reroll here anyway. We know what we're doing here. We know the rules of engagement. We know how to succeed in a run like this. It largely comes to dodging well, taking every available opportunity to pick up Spirit Hearts, and hoping you get that deal with the devil. Yeah, there's a little element of luck, unfortunately, but that's life, man. Okay, our mob trap room does have a red chest, so I think it's worth the fight. And we got a Spirit Heart out of it regardless, so if we get hit once, we break even. I really would like to not get hit once. A little bit of a setup time on the Tiny Planet shots, unfortunately. You can see, like, we're doing a lot of damage even without much of a bonus from Bloody Lust. These are not tanky enemies, but at the same time, feel relatively good about it. Obviously, Guppy's hairball here is just balling out of control. And honestly, I think we did a not insignificant amount of damage there. With Guppy's hairball specifically. Nothing else out of this, but I still think it was worth it. Zipping right along here. I wish we didn't have amnesia. I know it's Curse of the Lost, but let's be realistic. Curse of the Lost is the disease. Amnesia is the symptom right now. You know, when you got a cold, nobody says, oh, I wish I wasn't infected by the freaking, you know, common cold virus right now. People say, I wish I wasn't so stuffed up. I understand that maybe that's not fair to your immune system, but that's the way people talk, so you know, sorry, I'm not sorry. I wish that Guppy's hairball could not be on top of this dude's face so I could see. I know that that seems risky, by the way, what I just did there, but we have to have HP if we're going to deal with the devil, and our permanent Polaroid invincibility is kind of a secondary thing for us if we have the chance to build some HP from it. I think, at least. That's my philosophy. Plus, we know we have a health down pill in our rotation. Whoa, that was scary. I know I left a bomb back there, too. I know we have a health down pill in our rotation, so if we can actually find that, it could be valuable. But it's not cut and dry. You might consider that a bad decision. Range down would probably be a poor decision to take here as well. What do you think? I mean, we can't really justify going into the curse room. I mean, we would really like to, but I just don't think it's in the cards. Not yet. I mean, I'm gonna do it. It was literally mathematically worth it. Okay, that's all we need to say. It was mathematically worth it. I don't really care about the lovers or range down, which is why I'm kind of just walking through them willy-nilly. Willy-nilly, 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 willy-nilly. I'm an idiot. I didn't take damage there, but I deserve to. I was like, I'll just walk out and aggro all of them at the same time. What could possibly go wrong? Luckily, like half of them got charmed or otherwise afraid. And thus, I was saved from the indignity of taking damage on that room when I really had no reason to. But, yeah, that should have gone worse than it did. I almost feel bad that I got out of it okay. But sometimes you get fucked by luck, sometimes you get saved by luck. It's a fucking two-headed giant. Ah, it was very stupid of me. Should have been able to make that dodge better. There we go. We've paid our comeuppance. All right, I guess I'm in this room now. I thought that I was going back there to pick up 2 keys that I left on the ground. Instead, I'm fighting 2 of these. There's our 2 keys. Okay. I think we have to go left hand. Liberty Cap's not quite good enough. I mean, Curse of the Lost kind of is a bad sample for it because you're not going to be able to get much from it anyway, but left hand I think we have to take for our extra guppy chance, plus also the Spirit Hearts and teleportations to... Oh, you're not supposed to be going that way. Teleportations to potential deals with the devil as well. Oh my god, they keep changing direction. 2 strength cards, actually pretty useful to be honest with you. If we can use one of those on a deal with the devil, we can steal something for free. Oh god, this is going to take longer than I'd like. There we go. Okay, 2 more keys. This is a dangerous situation. Daddy Longlegs is a complete slot machine. Done. No deal with the devil. So disappointing. But we get some coin purses, and we get a bad guess, an amnesia, an I Can See Forever, and a luck up. So luck up is good. We'll pop I Can See Forever, try to find maybe an eternal heart. Yeah, that's a good start. And then what else do we have back here? Maybe I'm just trying to maybe find a second secret or a regular secret room. We'll go like 2 more rooms. This one is not like a hub. That one I was expecting maybe. I've made a huge mistake. Oh, maybe I haven't. God, nothing really. Oh, but we got a guppy item out of that one. Okay. I have not made a huge mistake. There we go. There's our secret room. It's just a key beggar, but we'll blow it up anyway. Okay, well, we'll blow it up anyway is what I was thinking, to be honest with you. We get a lemon party out of it. I think lemon party does beat the strength card, actually. Only 1 guppy item away. Very conceivable with the left hand that we make that happen. But this is not an easy run, and I've had some easy runs lately. This does not qualify as an easy run, and you would expect that Isaac runs are more likely to be easy. This, for whatever reason, has not really fallen into that category. You know what? That's okay. We're going to stand in the middle, and we're just going to swing our tears like this, and if they hit you, that's not my fault. You were warned. Really, really got to be vigilant about looking for tinted rocks. A small rock is exceptionally meaningful. Spirit hearts could be the difference between life and death. There's a lot riding on the payouts of these tinted rocks right now. I am an idiot. I thought that rock would protect me. So we basically broke even with a slight damage bonus on that room. I mean, that's the beauty of taking Bloody Lust. We didn't really have a choice, you know, it was Curse of the Blind, but that's the beauty of having it, I guess. I feel like kind of an idiot for not taking Gimpy, though. Now I'm like, our luck stat is good enough that Gimpy should be playable in our situation. Lemon Party. Well, we got 2 Lemon Parties now. Double Key Room is a 4 room. Rerolls all item pedestals. This could actually be quite valuable for us. I don't specifically know when. Maybe if we get a red chest with an item on it. Otherwise, it's not going to be worth anything. Because, you know, we don't expect to have any item pedestals on this floor. But what can change that for us? Library. Library with, well, it's just going to lead to more books. But a Book of Revelations could be valuable. Ooh. Also, red chests. Red chests could have guppy items like this one, for example. Let's just reroll it ourselves first. It becomes Hot Bombs. I don't think Hot Bombs is worth it. And then we'll reroll it again. Obviously, we're hoping for a guppy item, but now that we've rerolled 1 red chest, I don't think we can get a guppy item out of it. Goat Head was worthless, though, so... you know what? I think the Ankh is very takeable here. Giving us a little bit of peace of mind is, it's valuable, I think. We could trade 2 bombs for 4 bombs. Technically a good trade. Just gonna come in here. Okay, maybe you could open that for me at least. Good. 2 of diamonds. This was not worth it in the least. But now that we have the Ankh, I was like, you know what? We can afford to go to this room and not sweat it. Not sweat it too much, at least. But if it had worked out, I'd be looking like a genius right now. Or at least the Ankh would be looking a lot better than it normally does. So, I do think the Ankh was a completely acceptable pickup. And we took an appreciable amount of risk trying to swing the run in the guppy favor. The guppy direction, I guess. And it didn't work. But that's what happens, you know. That's why it's called risk reward, not just fucking reward. Which is surprisingly hard to say without sounding like you're trying to do an impression of Scooby-Doo. Reward. Now, obviously, with our luck stat, I'm hoping we get some decent stuff here. I don't really care how long it takes. If it takes the next... Well, if it takes all of our money, which is pretty much the soft cap on this, that does not bother me in the least. A strength card, well worth it. I would like it to pay out with more spirit hearts faster, though. I will, you know, my patience is being tested. Just a little teensy bit here. Every time you close your eyes, it's, you know the Arcade Fire. I don't need to tell you the Arcade Fire is Canadian. You know, you tell someone Michael J. Fox is Canadian, they go, oh, wow, I never considered that. He was white and doesn't talk with an accent, so I always just assumed he was from my country. You tell people Arcade Fire's from Canada, they go, yeah, that makes sense. Probably Montreal, right? You wouldn't be wrong. Anyway, let's go. Yeah, we're done with this. I feel like we did very well on this floor. The Ankh is a little bit of a fail-safe in case things go terribly wrong, you know? NASA hires the most competent engineers that they can find, I assume, for the purposes of this analogy. But they still put fail-safes on their rockets, you know? I trust you, but why not? I imagine how those project manager meetings go. The depressing truth is probably that the project manager meetings are a little bit more like, how much is this going to cost us? But that's you know, that's a literal, that's the cost of doing business, like in a quite literal sense. Man, why don't we just go back to a barter economy? I'll install the hydrodynamic fins on the space shuttle, and you just give me like a bag of onions or something. That's the way the world should work. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Okay, we got a red chest in there. We got spirit hearts and spirit hearts. I think we have to check this red chest, even though it's just 1. There's another spirit heart, so this is like a well worth of investment as far as I'm concerned. This is what I mean when I say that I don't record Isaac episodes under the influence. You know, even that little earworm there in terms of irritation, that wouldn't have come out. Instead, it'd just be fucking You guys ever go to a bar and they give you French fries? If you want sweet potato fries, you have to pay extra. It's like, look, I've looked at the sweet potato and potato prices. They're not that different. I get that labor costs are a thing, but like, come on now, you know, it's, I know myself. I know myself well enough. This is horrible. Is it worth giving up the left hand for? Almost certainly not, but I think that's why I love it so much. Its badness only serves to make it more attractive to me. Much like Fairuza Balk in The Craft. Or The Water Boy, for that matter. I'm just gonna, like, what if I spin in a circle while I shoot? Does that create any discernible pattern beyond, you know, repetitive stress injuries in my wrist? Oh, fuck this room. Go to hell, powers. Please tell, oh no, we've only got one more left. Ooh, one more bomb, that is. Not a dead end. The dad lives on. The legend never dies. That's what I was going for, but I messed it up. Now, like, this is irritating to shoot, don't get me wrong, but can you imagine if you were trying to dodge these shots? Like, if an enemy shot at you like this, you'd be like, you know what, fuck this room. The shots are undodgeable. And that's my perspective right now, is, you know, it's hard for me to aim, but it's hard as hell for an enemy to dodge these. No question about that. Of course, when an enemy is stationary in the middle of the screen, like Isaac will be for the first half of the fight, that probably won't be as meaningful. So you know what? I think I may actually pop strength, drop ringworm, and then just move to the other side of the screen. And now our shots are like so slow. You know what? I think it's actually better to have ringworm because the shots have much more shot speed and actually travel to the center of the screen without me being in harm's way. Without that, our range is kind of low, so I actually have to, you know, drift into the rain or the line of sight with Isaac, which causes problems for me. I can't believe I'm saying this, but there actually is a functional benefit to Ringworm Tiny Planet. Yes, it's hard to aim, but you also get that much increased shot speed, which makes it conceivable for you to do stuff like this without really... Like, I'm in much less danger now than I was before. That might seem ridiculous. And it looks ridiculous, I'll give you that one. But it's the honest-to-goodness truth right now. And then it pretty much just becomes like a time game. Like, we just wait until... you know, he dies. He's gonna take one hit every, you know, 1 to 4 seconds, and then eventually he'll be dead. I don't have control over that, unfortunately. I just put my shots in the air sometimes, saying, hey, yo, want some mayo? I need some helm spread it in my life. Got a sandwich, give me helm. I'm just trying to... Tayo Cruz, if you're looking for a jingle, I can work it out for you. I like the jingle. I like the jingle and the jingle and the jingle. Okay, well, we should take Big Fan. We should take Strange Attractor because it's terrible. We should re-roll our whole run once. Just to see what happens. And we got Epic fucking Fetus. No, we got Dr. Fetus, Lord of the Flies, but we can't walk at all. And then we should take Forget Me Now and give ourselves no other option. We're now stuck with this. And then we get 3 more items down here. Well worth it, I'd say. Book of Secrets, Anarchist Cookbook, X-Ray Vision. So our bombs don't move, but I have to assume they do an unbelievable amount of damage. Yeah, this seems like... Every time, man... Oh, we should go back for that one. Every time I reroll into, like, a Dr. Fetus, I'm always impressed at the amount of damage it does, and then it never correlates when I actually pick it up myself. Oh, thank you, Infamy. I didn't even know we had you. Robo Baby de Point Zero. My French it's been a while. That's one of the few things, like, for a lot of my inadequacies in life, I'll take the blame readily myself. I do... put a little bit of the blame on the public school system for my lack of French education. You know, we lived in Canada. We had mandated French every year from grade 1 until grade 9. You have to take it in Ontario, at least. You have to take it in grade 9. You don't have to take it in grade 10. We have like $3 bill, I think, because we have My Reflection right now. You don't have to take it in grade 10. But I took it from grade 1 until grade 10. And even in grade 9, I remember, and I've told the story on the stream before, but in grade 9, I remember that my French exam, it was an oral exam. Oh, yuck. No, but it was an oral exam. And some of the questions would be like, the teacher would hold up an apple and then be like, okay, describe this apple. And you'd be like, you know, la pomme est rouge or something like that. Look, I know my French is bad. I am embarrassed by it. But I'd say I embarrass myself to tell a cautionary tale so that more people out there will be motivated to learn other languages and actually put the work in. So yes, like, sure, I could have, as a 13-year-old, even though it's highly unrealistic to say so, I could have done my own, you know, French language education if I felt that it was really valuable. But at 13, I didn't feel that much was valuable at all in my life. Not that I was sad. Mostly I just played a lot of NHL. But, yeah, what I'm getting at is that after 8 years of learning French in school for, you know, probably like 3 or 4 hours a week, which is not that much time, but we should probably be able to form sentences a little bit more complicated than, you know, the apple is red, or like the apple is small, or the, you know, fucking the Mrs. Vandertramp verbs, etc., etc. Those are just French irregular verbs. Anyway. So, you know, I do put a little bit of the blame on the public school system there. At the same time, we were like balancing stoichiometric equations. We were also saying the apple is red. There's a bit of a mismatch there. I feel bad for our French teacher. But anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, click the like button. It helps out a great deal. Of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. But for now, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.